I worked on it tirelessly, 30 minutes every day for 9 weeks, but I was working on the wrong routine and wrong front shot. And I have to agree, now looking back, fuck knows what I did with that. Hello guys, so welcome to this video. This video is all about posing, which is what I did wrong at the Olympia. And people keep asking me, what were your judges' feedback? What do you need to correct in order to be fighting for that first place or even in the top 3 of the Olympia? And it all comes down to posing. I've made the improvements to my physique, which is needed in order to be a top 3, which is more thickness on my back, just more imposing, a bit more 3D everywhere, a bit more on my arms. So we did that, but we neglected the posing. Well, I say neglected, I worked on it tirelessly, 30 minutes every day for 9 weeks, but I was working on the wrong routine and wrong front shot. And a lot of you told me this, so after, I had messages, thousands and thousands of messages all over my comments saying how bad my posing was. And I have to agree, now looking back, knows what I did with that. I must admit, it was horrendous. I was out here doing this, hips out, and I just got, I don't know, got in the moment and forgot what I was doing. So 2 days after the Olympia, me and Tyler Mannion met up. So Tyler is the vice president of the IFBB Pro League and he's one of the head judges at the Olympia. And he was basically giving me pointers, went into a posing room. I filmed it all, which we're going to overlay footage as well on this. And this has been my saving grace for the last few weeks. So he was telling me here what I did wrong and what I need to improve on to be a contender next year. So that's the main thing I would take away from, if you're a bodybuilder, get judges' feedback. They're the people judging you. Get their feedback on what you need to improve on. And you can either spit your dummy out and never compete again, or you can listen to it, take it on board, constructive criticism, and come back stronger. And that is what I'm gonna do. So 5 minutes, this video is, and we're gonna show you footage of it. And he's basically tearing my posing apart, saying how bad it is, hips out, all that kind of stuff. But he has given me some pointers on what I need to do. And this is what we're gonna do today. So we are quite a few weeks out. I'm not gonna tell you because you might click onto what I'm doing. But we are quite far out, but I wanna correct this. So I'm gonna be posing every day and I'm gonna take you on the journey with me to show you how much I'm changing. So we're gonna get straight into it. Like I say, we're gonna reference Tyler and the video we shot together back in December in Vegas. But the general census is to simplify the routine, don't overcomplicate it, because the more transitions, the more you do, the more reason or more risk of showing weaknesses throughout your physique. All they want to see is a front and back pose put together with a nice transition and a nice presentation. Not over the top, and don't think about it too much. Secondly, I tend to cramp over. The reason for that, and I know why it is, because I do a lot of isotension, and isotension is exhaling, hunching over and squeezing your abdominals as hard as you can, which is great for getting your midsection tight and everything, but for posing it's hard because you then start to tend to lean over when you pose. So I've got to stand up more, right? So elongate my midsection. So if I cramp over, it's widening the waist. We're going to try and stand more upright, chest up, lats out, and try not to tense the chest too much and close in. So it's all about giving that big X frame. There's a few different front poses I need to do. So one straight on, which not a lot of people can do because if you've got a wide waist, it's going to highlight that waist. So a lot of people, even if when they've got tiny waist, tend to stand slightly off center. But I'm going to be confident and show that I've got nothing to hide. So we're going to hit a front pose, which again, Tyler's passed and said it would suit your physique. It'd be great to do. And then secondly, I am going to do a little bit of a side slant pose. But again, there's a few things I want to do different. So the one I did at Olympia was out here. Because what I was doing, I was trying to do the side shot, but then trying to do the front shot at the same time, which then just twisted my torso and it looked daft. So what I've got to do now, one front shot, again, not crunching down, standing up, like that. Then my second shot is going to stand slightly off, leading foot at 2 o'clock, my other leg, I don't know what other leg we'll say, the left leg is going to be in front rather than behind. I tend to go behind, but we're going to go in front, still facing about 1 o'clock with the hips, and instead of me twisting out to try and get straight again, we just twist the torso and twist the head. So we're still facing that way, but it shows an elongated oblique. The lats are fully spread. I'm more upright, and it just shows a bit more thickness, a bit more density, while keeping the midsection nice and complete, so it's not twisted. So that's what I tend to do. And then a transition, instead of doing all this fancy stuff I was doing, we're just going to keep it simple. Again, this is one of Omar Ventura's. So from here, we're going to go like that. So again, showing obliques, showing midsection, showing tricep, and then a nice easy twist to the back. Again, from the back, if you can hear me okay, I tend to have a bit of a phobia of being too small, because I am one of the smaller guys. So I try and spread as hard as I can, and I try and tense my back as hard as I can. And imagine doing that for 10 minutes on stage. It's going to be hard work. And what I tend to do, which I'll show you in the video, we'll overlay it. Me and Tyler were critiquing it, and I was doing it there and then. From here, the more I tense, the more my elbows come back. And as you can see, my lats are closing in like that. So again, it gives a misconception of a small, not wide back. So I need to open up and sit back, but keep my elbows in that position. And now I've got the thickness I need in my back, my rhomboids. I don't need to try and overcompensate and come back too much. So we keep it nice and wide, chest up, not too much back. We're not going to bend too much back, we're going to keep it nice and straight. Okay? So then I'm going to come around to the front again. I've got a transition there, but we're trying to work on that. And then we're going to come down, I think, from here, because I like this shot. So I want to keep stuff in what Tyler didn't mind. He's not a big fan of it, but he doesn't mind it. But I'd like to obviously still put on a show for people who are watching. So I don't want it to just be boring, run of the mill. That was shit. I still want to be kind of like that Greek god statue type of posing. So I'm going to come round, a bit dramatic, keeping the obliques midsection tight, and then hands on hip. Again, facing slightly off center. You're there, slightly off center. Instead of twisting my torso like that, still keep it there, but I twist my head, keep it upright. It's very hard for me to process this. I can say it, but it's really hard for me to do it off key, because I'm a bodybuilder at heart and I focus on aesthetics more than anything in my bodybuilding career. So I always wanted to be able to put a mirror down the center of my physique and it be symmetrical, either side perfectly symmetrical. So when you're standing off center, you're giving the illusion that you haven't got a tapered waist. You're not showing your full X shape as you would as a bodybuilder. And that's something I've really struggled to process over the years, because I want to stand straight and I want to show straight on. But men's physique isn't necessarily about that. And I need to either get with the times, listen to what the judges say, and improve in a men's physique class, or I move on to classic physique or bodybuilding, where they do look for that aesthetic kind of shot. And for me, there's unfinished business in men's physique, and I need to get this right and do it right. And just know in my career that I've done everything I can, and I can't hide behind any excuses. Like last year, I put so much into that prep. The best I ever felt, best I ever looked. I was so confident, the first time I'd ever been confident at a show. Loved every minute of the process. And yeah, pumped up backstage and whatnot. And to then do something stupid with posing when everything else was perfect, was just, it's been killing me ever since. It's been, what, 4 months since the Olympia? And I just can't get it out of my head. So I need to get back on stage, correct it, and get to that Olympia and make amends this year. So that is the plan. What I'll be doing now, we're quite a fair few weeks out, we're miles out. I still need to fill up. We're kind of lean-ish, but I want to fill up and get my shape back, and then obviously start to come down. But I will be posing a lot now, probably 30 minutes every day, fasted in the morning, just to get a feel for it, because practice makes perfect. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Omar Ventura is an absolutely amazing coach when it comes to posing. So we've worked together on 2 routines now. I'll put my hands up. The last routine, I kind of got so stuck into my own ways with the competing and prepping myself and just being a lone soldier, that I didn't really take on board the things he was saying at the end, and that's my mistake. I would say it's a rookie mistake, but I've been around 10 years, so it's not a rookie mistake, it's a stupid mistake. So Omar's working with me each week just on correcting little things on my posing. I'm still prepping myself, still doing my training myself, my food myself, all that aspect of it. It's just the posing I want to correct massively. And I don't want anyone to talk about my posing, because that seems to be the general census about any comments what are slightly negative. It's always about my posing. So we need to get it right, don't we? And that's what we're doing. So that's what this video is about. Sorry, I've just literally rambled at you, but I just wanted to get that out my chest, off my chest? Off my chest, not out my chest. Get it off my chest, because a lot of people have been asking this question. So hopefully the people who are asking me these questions will see this video and it'll put it to rest, and it'll show the game plan going forward. And as we get closer to the show, I'll show you more and more of this. And as I get leaner, it'll look better. Obviously, when you're nice, fat and bulky and whatever, it doesn't look as good. But, wow, I'm talking quite a lot, aren't I, mate? Thank you for watching this video. Like I say, I hope you could see like what Tyler's been correcting, and you can see the big difference. I sure can, and I'm massively grateful for Tyler for helping me on this. I just need to do it on the day, which we're going to do in so many weeks. Right, take care. I'll see you in the next video.